All right, so back at the location we was at a few days ago for the first location, we was clearing the field rows, and I don't know if you can see, well, he had a mulching guy come out, and this man's 80 something years old. I'm not technically sure, it may be 83 or 89 or 98 or 93. So he paid this guy to, I didn't get much of a description. They said they paid him to do a bunch of stuff like what I just done and clean some piles up, and it was a bunch of dozer piles. I don't know if you can see one. Let's see, is that it? It's right there. It's on the edge of the field, and they're wanting to get more field row to remove the piles and mulch, and they paid him up front because, I mean, you know, it's like back in the day, you pay them and then they do the job and then they're done. But so, and it paid him a lump sum, big chunk for one day, and he worked, I think 7 hours, and then he left and never came back. So when he come back several months later to do the pile, so now they want me to clean it up, so I'm gonna try to get them done right and efficiently. So I've got to move some rock too, so we're back at it trying to get it taken care of. So we've actually got this one, there's one over there, and there's actually one way back here where those trees are back here. So it's a small pile. I did find some fence, solid wire fencing in there, so I'm gonna have to get it cleaned out and then smooth it up. We've got several piles, but I'm not sure exactly which ones, but they said whatever will give us more field row, they want it done. So there's several piles that need to be done. There's one big one way over there. So let's get at it. Well, I just started doing this dirt pile right here. You can kind of see, I mean, it's got, you can't really tell, it's like a big roll of chicken wire or something. I mean, it's thick. So I was trying to figure out where to put all this, because he said it was just dirt. Well, it's got rocks, I'm talking big rocks, stumps, and a bunch of that stuff over there. So I started running. Well, I just happened to look, and you can't really tell, my depth is extremely low. I've got 3,100 hours on it, and I bought this thing when it had 20, I think it was 21 or 2,400 hours on it. Pretty sure it's 2,100 or 22. But I got to go get some depth fluid, so that way it don't derate, and then I'm in a problem. Well, we got the dirt pile done. It's nice and smooth. And then I did find some of that wire right there. So I found all the metal, and I got all the rocks out. So they should be pretty pleased with that. It's pretty smooth. But now I want to show you the rocks that I'm having to move. I think they used for like a riprap for the dam, for the pond, you know, over here. So I got to move the rocks, but the thing is, it's got a bunch of roots that grew up in it. So I got some of them. Here's one of them right here. I'm trying to rip it, move it out of the way. So it's been sitting here for a while now. Trying to get all the rocks out, so that way, there we go. Now I'll get out and kind of pick them up, the ones I can see. I mean, these things are heavy. So I'm trying to like dig down and then pick them up, so that way they don't push. I can tell you right now, this is heavy. So after I get this done, then I'll be hitting the second pile out of 3. Got this knocked out, so finally got all the rocks. I had about 4 or 5 stumps that I had to dig up. It's kind of a little bold right in here, just a little bit, but once he comes in with a disc, he can put the dirt where he wants to. So you just gotta know how to use it. So now I'm going back to fuel up. I didn't fuel up, so when I went to the get some def today, or earlier a while ago, I went and got some diesel. So diesel's like $5.30 something right now. I think off-road's like $5.16. So let's head back, get some fuel. All right, so here's the second pile. It's getting a little windy now. But here's the second pile, and you can see how much they're losing. Probably about 100 foot or more, because they're, I mean, they're right here's the roll, and I mean that's the fence. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. It's really good dirt. I think they just pushed the dirt up, and that's about it. But I'm gonna try to find these chunks. I'm just gonna kind of throw them to the side, and on all that I was gonna mulch trap, but I forgot about it. But I mean, I can break that stuff down. So I'm just gonna smooth this out a little bit, and then take the rest of it back over there and dump it off on the little cliff side. So I'm gonna get this, throw it down here, and just kind of smooth it up a little bit. So let's get it. All right, so got pretty good bit of the pile. Now I'm getting to where these things are kind of in my way. So what I thought about doing, I got all this stuff strung around. There's a bunch of big chunks. What I was trying to do is trying to get all, let's see, yeah, right here. I'm not really sure what this is, like a goal or something, goalie or something. I'm gonna try to get this out of the way. There's a tire piece or some kind of rubber. Whoa. Look at that little hedgehog or something. Where'd you go? Yeah, he just went down in that old pile, so no, he's over here. I thought I heard something behind me. There he is. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get this cleaned up. Alright, so I got the second pile done. Got all that pushed up. And then I'm gonna have the neighbor I did a mulching job for mulching for an open yard. He lives just right down the road, so he can come over here with his grapple and help me out for a minute. So we got it done. Well, I didn't know I was going to get to this second spot. You can see how big the spot was, pretty big. And then most of it's been logged, so I've been just pushing the trees back. It's dipped, so it's about a 5-foot dip, and I've just been dumping it right there. So tomorrow I'll start on the other one across this little holler here. But man, just look at it, it's freaking, it was a big pile. It was probably taller than the machine, but I got it cleaned up, and I just pushed that back, and I'm just gonna start pushing these big old logs. It's been, I bet money it's been logged, so all of it stuff just kind of sat right here. But yep. Well, we're back, day 2 of doing dirt. So the other pile that I done yesterday was, you can kind of see the opening. There's a little, my GoPro died, so I couldn't able to record it, but it was a pile like this, but it was bigger. So the old man told me to, whatever you could do to push, he's like, push everything back, which I'm pushing it down in here. There's a creek, or they've got a pond behind this patch. So, and then it runs off down in there, and it's super wet. And it stays wet right here. It's like, I think it's like 29 degrees right now. It's pretty cold. But you can kind of see the pile. So this is basically where they logged this. And it wouldn't be that bad if they'd have just pushed all the dirt up underneath. And then now I'm having to clean out stumps, because when I go to grade it, because see what I'm doing, what I found out was best was, because you got stuff like this in here, so I'm just pushing everything up in piles, just kind of pushing it, and then picking my bucket up, dropping. got it all done. Trying to hurry up and get done with this one and the that one over there. Hopefully it's not as thick as I think it is. Looks like mostly dirt, but I got this done. So pretty much with dozer piles, you have it right here. Well, it's getting somewhere else. So that's pretty much what I done, but you have to shift it around so that way the stuff will decompose. But I've got to bring back the excavator and hit the rest of that. I didn't get the mulcher back here because of the big trees that was over there. I did get one of them, but it uprooted pretty easy. I think just because it was sitting on top of the dirt that was pretty much soft. So I'm not grading it, but I did do a lot better what it was, just so that way it'll when they come in and disc it, they can put it where they need to. But you can't make it too thick, because if they get their big old combines and tractors and all that, I mean, they're just gonna, if it rains, it's just gonna be mush. So kind of got to pack it down. It's kind of see what I did. Tried to pack it down pretty good bit, some chunks here and there, but I'll get that cleaned up. But as of right now, I'm heading over there past these little, right over in that corner. It looks like it's just mostly a couple of logs in there and dirt that's probably about 2 foot tall. So I mean, I can have it done. And I've got one way over there. Second location, which you can see, it's I'd say about 4 foot, but there's a couple of logs. Looks like a big old junky tree growing out of it. It'll take me a few minutes to get this. I'd say at least an hour or two. That way I can get everything sifted out of there, and then I can grab the neighbor's grapple tractor. So he said I could use it. So it shouldn't take long. I'm just gonna push everything around and then put some of that dirt right down on the dip. Just kind of push around it and scatter it out, but I don't want too thick, just so that way it don't make a mud pit back here. I had to get out and get some of these logs. It's kind of hard to scrape all this stuff, and it getting wedged and stuff. So that's all I got left. I got a log and a couple stumps somewhere in here and some chunks over there. So all I'm doing is literally just kind of just pushing it here and there and just thinning it out. So that's what I got. All right, now I got it done. Little twigs here and there. So now I got one more pile, and it's 12:30. So hopefully I can get that one done, but it's supposed to be a bigger pile. And the problem is I don't have anywhere to dump it, because this one was probably like 75% dirt, and then you got all these literally at the bottom. So, and I did take some back over there, but pick up a few of these what I can see, and then head to the second pile.